Hey, what's going on, y'all? My bad. I'm trying to put a little couple things together, but it is early as hell. What's up? It's your boy T Duck, aka Quack Roof for the ladies' drink come true. How everybody doing? I see a lot has changed within a matter of days. A lot of exposure has come to the forefront. We see it ain't what it always cracked up to be. But for me and mine, we're going to keep it quacking for 2022. Like, it's not looking good over there. It's not looking good at all. I mean, solution-based programming for 2022, that's how we going to politic. That's how we going to get around. That's how we going to wiggle around these YouTube streets. You know what I'm talking about? Because, I mean, it's not in everybody, it's on some people, but it ain't in them to really come to you with, the necessary antidote for our issues. Yeah, ain't nothing creepy about solutions. We could start there. Everybody trying to bring everybody else down and try to purport themselves above or act like they morality is more set on you know their relationships with one another, but we all see what y'all after. We all see the green in your eyes. But there's something I got to tell you. That God was created for you. When they took out the gold standard, they took away Jesus Christ and all that of the Bible. They made that money. That in God we trust. They made that, and that's what all y'all chasing. Whether it be for monetization, views, or whatever the case may be. Nobody's thinking morally. Nobody's really thinking straight. Everybody's trying to edge out the next one because it's about the money. But that's not a solution for our people because, like I said, that is a fabricated deity that has become physical. So it's not even the dollar's more like Jesus than it is the Most High. And we took a hook, line, and sinker. Now we see no value within our brother or sister. We see the value in the monetary system. And it's just like whenever something that really means nothing could have you know, more sway over your actions than, using principles, morals, and values. Yeah, Houston, we got a problem. And that's what you get. So people aren't creating content for the sake of the well-being of people. People are creating content to come up. Everybody want to make this a business. But a business could be solution-based. Hell, what you think contractors do? For certain businesses, they find solutions. They show their businesses how to work better, more efficient, cost effective, and things of that nature. Independent contractors, they do a lot of that for businesses. So just look at me as the independent contractor for these YouTube streets and these black people, all power to the people. Never make that mistake and forget that's what it is, especially coming from this side of things. You just got the fakest and the phoniest. Everything is a cash grab. Nothing is about the betterment of people. It's just that sad story. We failed. But if that were the case, we wouldn't be where we at. Obviously, there was substantial gains by both black men and black women, black children as well. And just because they're able to create the cultural hegemony doesn't mean that we have to adhere to it or be complacent with our position. We can always make things better, and we always should strive to improve things, because in the long run, it helps your well-being and your well-being, your attitude, your self-worth. Well, that's well-being, but it does a lot for your attitude. But it's a word I'm looking for that I just can't get to right now. But yeah, we have to be cautionary of the intentions of these people, because no one seems to pass himself off as a genuine. Everybody, you know, switch up like a twig in the wind. Like, you never know what you're getting. But it don't take much for them to show themselves. You think they one way, you throw some birds a few crumbs, and they, man, everything go out the window. You get to see the real them. I'm 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 methodical like that. I see people's weaknesses, and I'm able to bring some shit to light, especially when they try to hide themselves. And you know what I'm saying? Especially when they project and try to put how they feel about life on you. Yeah, I bring it to the forefront, because a lot of these, I mean, think about it. And I'm not saying, oh, but a lot of these people are hard up. You know what I'm saying? Had life hasn't been always the greatest for them. So that disparity comes from a life of constant problems and issues. You know, I'm not saying that they didn't want to get educated. It's just that sometimes education is not readily available for some people, and they have to resort to other ways and means in order to survive. But without that education, then they're stuck in a conundrum to where they got to compete against people who did take education seriously. So they often group themselves with people that have that same frustration that they feeling. And those are the people that's usually willing and ready to do things, in a manner that could go against the law and things like that. So now we building up records, and it's by design. Like, nobody really want to go out there and do what they got to do like that. Some people find comfort in it. Some people get used to it, conditioned to like it, only because they know that's how they survive. But in reality, if they had the means, if they were given the proper, respect, then they wouldn't be out there doing what they do. Because we're social beings and we about the people. So, like, to continue on, so like they come on YouTube and all they see is victims. You know what I'm saying? You got people that really been through stuff, had to do time and other shit, and they come out and they about the people. They not hating people that didn't do nothing to them, but you could tell, like, in their rhetoric, they hate anybody that resembles anything. Like, I mean, y'all know what I'm getting at, because I told them I wouldn't talk about it like that. But they hate anything that resembles, you know, because they victims. Like, let's keep it a buck. Like, from all the way up from the top of their food chain to the king of nonsense, they all victims. So they don't spare nobody. They want people to feel the pain they felt, and that's what it come to. Like, they a whole bunch of broke, miserable people that think if they start making a couple dollars, that people will respect them more. But it don't work like that. Because if you're a sucker, you're a sucker. You're gonna get played. Like, at the end of the day, Gary Moore, what's up with you? I appreciate you, Brody. At the end of the day, if you're a sucker, you're a sucker. Like, people gonna take from you. You're gonna always be. If you run around here always yelling how much you're a victim, you're gonna get victimized. Nobody gonna think twice about it. They thinking about a come up. So That's why I've said we got to be on some solution based type shit. We got to be on some empowerment type shit. We got to be on some strengthen up. You know, whether you want to call it by the bootstraps or whatever the case, I'm not talking about none of that. I ain't putting a label on it. What I'm saying is that we got to do better, and how we do better is be more respectful to one another. You know what I'm saying? The struggle don't stop because we feel as though we made it because we left, 20 and so brothers and sisters behind that helped us get to where we at. You know what I'm saying? So we got to reach back and make sure they straight. Like, we got to be communal. We not practicing community with how we move and operate on YouTube. We being divisive. We want to stand out instead of stand with. And that's not that's that capitalistic. That's the individualism. Like I said, we'd rather stand out than stand with. Our content got to be better and more, you know, savvy than everybody else's. Don't value what your brother's saying over there because my content is far right better than everybody else is out there. But that's not the truth, or that's not the case, because people can learn from both. And that's the problem. We always think we could just learn things from one person. That ain't never been the case. Even when you was in school, if you went to school, you know that you learned not just from one person. You know what I'm saying? You even learn from your peers. So we got to stop this nonsense. We got to stop this, Eurocentric ideology and get back to our roots, get back to our understanding, get back to that communal dealings. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like you didn't just deal with your parents. You dealt with the whole tribe. You know what I'm saying? You dealt with the whole community. Like, it was on your best behavior for the most part because you knew, like, didn't nothing go get past nobody. You know what I'm saying? We willing to let stuff slide nowadays on YouTube because we like this person, but we ain't gonna let this other person slide with it. But you get a pass because you the homie. You know what I'm saying? I just call you up, but I'm about to try to bust this brother out, and that don't make no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. Like, nobody is bigger than the team. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is bigger than the community, and we lost that. And I'm just hoping that I'm saying it so that people could pick it up, because we really need change. We don't need to mess with these busters. You know what I'm saying? Giving themselves these exotic titles. Ain't nobody labeling y'all these things. Y'all creating y'all own world identities. Like, ain't nobody ever looked at you and was like, you know what, you the king of you the king of nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, like, okay, nah, you labeling yourself, you giving yourself these titles. Where I'm from, you like an OG give you your nickname. You don't pick your nickname. Like, it don't work like that. But when you don't value what the OGs got to say, you know what I'm saying, and you stuck in a conundrum to where you are reliant, or your means of survival is on the back of a woman or women's, then you know what I'm saying, you got to move a certain way. You don't have that particular freedom or the ability to choose how you feel. You got to pander to, your audience, or, your provider, because as much as you want to be a king, you still a dependent. You know what I'm saying? And that dependency was supposed to be broken by the time you was 18, but obviously, it ain't for everybody. And some people struggle indeed, but your struggle shouldn't become the issue of the community. You know what I'm saying? You should know how to pick up the pieces as a man or as a grown woman and figure some of the shit out. And then the community will come in and meet you at your level and rise you up. But if the community want to fight with one another all the time, the community want to exclude people just because the people don't make them look good, it's crazy. We ain't gonna never have solutions that way. They don't care about solutions. It's about individual monetary gain off the backs of the very people that need money just as bad as you do. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. What part of the game is that? But that's all you get. We're not getting a foundation of solutions to where we actually building one another up. Like, we can have situations on YouTube, Black YouTube, where everybody feeling good about themselves. You know, it don't have to be a situation to where there's hatred or there's a need to slander and dox and all that. All that is entertainment based. When do we get to the actual learning and schooling? When do we get to the welfare and the being of all, rather than, spewing rhetorical nonsense in order to, like, man, you can't be on both sides, man. You gotta pick a side. And this confusion and this not understanding how to be a man and this biasness. Shout out to my brother from another mother, Shalom. Hey, what's up with you and the fam? Hope all is well, bro. Yeah, but this divisiveness, this king of nonsense, and these, I don't even know what to call them, man. They just these band of banshees that's going around, thinking they but running something other than your mouth. I don't see it happening. I see a lot, a lot, a lot of confusion, no solution. Like, how you gonna talk about the Most High when you sitting here praising a fucking dollar, a bill, a piece of paper? You know what I'm saying? You, you, your whole life is predicated upon misleading your own people in order to get monetary gain. Like, make that make sense. How is religion more of an issue than you preying on your own people to achieve something that you can achieve with your people? Like, I don't know how. I don't get people find comfort how people find comfort or justify certain things that they do. Like, why do I have to tear down the Most High in your religion if the Most High in your religion ain't doing nothing to me? It's only, you know what I'm saying? It's not even your religion and your Most High ain't doing nothing to me. The way you gather or nothing, it ain't hurt nobody. But it's just to cause division. It's just to cause riffraff. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's, they just want to bring an issue when there's no issue. When we getting along, them the types that come in a party and start rip raffing turmoil, just so people can focus and pay attention to them no loud motherfuckers. And that's what I be hating. Like, that's one thing I'm not scared of, a fucking loud mouth. Because they only want to bring attention. They want to get the CEOs looking at the situation. They don't really want to do what they got to do. They want to just appear like they're ready for something, but they don't be ready. They not with it. They not with it at all. And that's what we have to understand. We need to be about solutions. And if you're gonna be listening to anybody, they should be. I mean, you should demand they talk about solutions. You should demand that what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You should demand that we all eat. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no like you just eat. You benefit from this because you put in the work. No, I put in work by listening to your dumb shit. You feel me? Like, We gotta work together. We gotta be in unison, like a fucking swim team. You know what I'm saying? Synchronized swimming. Like that's how we gotta be out here. Like, but we're not doing that. We're not doing that. And then we wonder why we are where we are. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be pairing up, helping each other, be battle buddies in the military. You got a battle buddy, like you for sure gonna have somebody that's gonna be looking out for you, and vice versa. You're gonna be looking out for them. Like we don't even do that here. Like we have the tools, we have the means. It's just our focus is fucked up because we think money is gonna fix everything. We think, and it may seem that way because the rent due or whatever the case, but shit, we can have it to where you know, we could like build what's that movie? Hostels and shit. We could build hostels in every state. So, people could have that feeling of that lack of desperation when, certain bills pile up and stuff. They could just come to the hostel. Like, we not in no way, shape, or form trying to alleviate the pressures and, the negativity of day-to-day life amongst one another. We just add more problems to the pot and then, present ourselves as some type of drug or present ourselves as some type of alleviation of the issues. We get the donations, we get our shit taken care of, but the people we take the money from still hurting. You know, now they gotta wait for their next fix on my next video, and we gotta get away from that. That ain't boo. That ain't gonna. I just be feeling bad for people. I don't even think like motherfuckers done sold out, but that don't mean we gotta keep selling out. That don't mean we gotta keep hurting one another. It could be a simple agreement, like we're gonna do better. We're gonna change how we function. We're gonna give passes. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna work together. We're gonna time the streams to where you do your thing, then everybody from that crowd go into this stream, and we just work like that. We mechanics, but then we not taking the shit individually. We gonna put the shit in a pot and let this shit in the pot manifest. So we really have something of substance, and then we still not gonna divvy it up. We gonna generate generational wealth for the community we have, the YouTube community. We gonna grow. You know what I'm saying? No INT. And then we just do it like that. And then we organize it. We get a treasurer, we get other, seats or whatever the case may be, and we function as a family. And then and then if you see the structure within on YouTube, maybe it may help, in your day to day life. Like, that's how we need to work it. And it just like people too egotistical, people too self-serving to understand that. Like, we have that togetherness on YouTube if we stop fighting and trying to make people out to be shit they not, because it only gives them a scapegoat and it only gives them a way to not have people focus on the treachery they doing. And that's what, like, we have the community right here. We could build a nation, a YouTube nation. You know what I'm saying? If people wasn't so greedy, we could build that shit for real. You know what I'm saying? Send out to all the people a part of it. Send out, little things to let them know the state of the union, how things was going. But nobody want to work together. Nobody's thinking that big. Because people are overwhelmed by day-to-day life. So they need a quick one. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Instead of going across some old lady head and stealing a purse, you know what I'm saying? You could justify it by taking from people on YouTube you don't know. But what if you engage people on YouTube like they was in your presence, and y'all formulated a system. You have organization, you have structure, and instead of everything going to individuals, everything going to a pot. Now that's the creation of a nation. Now we have this YouTube nation to where we have bylaws and we have a constitution that governs how we effectively move around. We have this virtual nation. You know what I'm saying? They say, I mean, you can get kicked out of, they can't kick you out of America for having a virtual nation. We use Bitcoin for a monetary type thing. Like, that's the shit niggas need to be on. Niggas ain't trying to do that though. Niggas just want their Airbnb to be better than the next nigga Airbnb. Niggas just want, you know, more views than the next nigga. Like, y'all think too small to ever be any type of effective. King of nonsense, you will never be effective. Like, you a dependent. You a whole grown ass dependent. Nigga, you is not nothing to be feared or worried about. No matter how loud you get, no matter how tall you is, none of that is, man, come on, man. There's grown men making grown ass decisions. No absentee fathers. Niggas really out here still able to do and maneuver and put in the work they need to make their nations what they are. Like, you playing right now. Don't stop. Don't let the smooth taste fool you, and don't let this motherfucking YouTube gas you. Nigga. That go for all y'all niggas. You and your followers. Nigga. Ain't no motherfucking king of the content. Fuck, that don't even sound. That don't even make sense. That's the dumbest shit I heard in my life on mamas. Let's be kings of solutions. Like, let's get this virtual nation popping. Like, let's be more respectful towards one another. Like, niggas only cat off because we see the bullshit. But motherfuckers want to act like it's time to be serious. How you gonna tell somebody to be serious when all you thinking about is yourself? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody thinking about nobody else. Like, people could feel that shit. The energy is real, but y'all niggas, just because y'all new to this, or you know what I'm saying? Like, just because y'all allow motherfuckers to tell y'all anything, don't think motherfuckers is green. That's the whole cold part about it. I used to fucking with these suckers, man. Oh man, don't operate like you niggas. And grown men are fair. You know what I'm saying? Grown men are fair. That's one thing, like I say. If motherfuckers ain't talking about a nation, motherfuckers ain't talking about getting together and having this virtual nation, I don't know who you can really trust and believe, man. You know, these people gonna catch you up and have you just on a string the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? All you doing is funding them while you struggle in real life because you putting all your hope and faith in them. And all they doing is buying better meal, being better consumers with the shit you give them. Like, that ain't progress. That's detriment. You know what I'm saying? When we can have a nation, like I said, we pool everything. We see that everything we see that we need, we get. But we do it as a nation. We can have our own sort of quasi government. You know what I'm saying? We select the officials. You know what I'm saying? We could do one better. We don't have to be capitalistic. We could actually, vote on how we deal with all our issues and things of that nature. Like, we could really make this motherfucker pop, man. We could really make this motherfucker pop. But it's just like don't nobody want to see that. Ain't nobody that advanced. Ain't nobody thinking on that capacity. You know what I'm saying? We put the channels together. We set wages for the officials. Like you get so much so, and then we have our little GDP and all that stuff. Like it'll be a beautiful thing if we could organize it effectively, and it'll be ours. You know what I'm saying? But they really don't want that. They don't want that. They just want to be like white people. That's all it is. But they just want to be white, or what they view as white. You know, being white and what they view as white is two different things. You know what I'm saying? And then if we have a national, we could start. Not only can we start businesses, but we could implement businesses in certain areas that we can build up. And then this virtual nation to turn into, land, housing, schools, banks, medical facilities. But nobody thinking past what they want to get out of it. Ain't nobody. And then when they click up, it's just to do more dirt rather than, do good. Nobody wants to sacrifice. And that's a big thing. Like how our people got out of Reconstruction and all that and slavery, it was about sacrifice. Niggas ain't willing to sacrifice they shit. They gonna sacrifice the people. And that's putting the cart before the horse. Because the sacrifice was only a couple individuals. It never was a sacrifice of the multitudes for for the little. Even back in the day when they did the sacrifices to they deities, it was always like just the virgin. It wasn't the fucking half of the village for the virgin. It was the other way around. It was just the virgin. But you get what I'm saying. And it's just like we sacrificing backward. We sacrificing the masses for an individual when it should be the other way around. And just think on that virtual, that virtual nation we could have. If motherfuckers really wanted something, if motherfuckers want to be a part of something, if they want to see how the process go, we could create a virtual nation online. Like I said, we could have a GDP and everything. Pool the money together, and, let the people decide where the money go, what we trying to do, what we gonna invest in, what we not gonna invest in. Give people purpose. You know what I'm saying? Strengthen people. This will also be an educational experience. Like, there's so much we could do. There's so much we could do if people was really ready to put something down. But like I said, people ain't there. They just want to be like niggas don't want to be niggas no more, man. They want to be white people. It's just as simple as that. And they willing to hurt their own people to gain any type of status in a society, helping them destroying them. So it doesn't even matter that the cultural hegemony we in reduces us to less than a human being. We'd rather, you know what I'm saying? We'd rather further implement or destroy self and, prey upon our brothers and sisters. Only because we know the condition they're in. We know the society puts them at a state that's, just pathetic. So we victimize ourselves because we know that We are the outcasts. Make that make sense, man, because that's crazy. Nobody feeling it. Nobody feeling it. Nobody catching it. Nobody understanding. I guess we gonna figure it out when it's too late, huh? You know, they got all types of. They starting to have monopolies and shit again, right up under our noses, and we not even caring to understand that. It's gonna take for another white person to be like, hold up, why is y'all monopolizing shit? And then we gonna pick up all that and act like we bring in the content and news and shit. And it's just like, man, fuck, like, what are we really doing? We be looking bad out here. The shit we fix our mouths to say sometimes just behooves me. Like, nobody is, like, you're not even secondary sourcing. Like, you like the 15th source of the information, but but yeah, I mean, like, I guess niggas just need to feel like they need a title, and that's corny as fuck. What about the people? What about the people, man? All power to the people. Niggas feel like they accomplished something with a title. That's crazy. So while they money chasing, title chasing, what about the rest? What about the tribe? They get felt good, they get exploited, and then they move on. Y'all got to be tired of that shit. I'm tired of it watching it happen to y'all. That's the crazy part about it. Y'all ain't got no muscle, man. What you got is a bunch of hungry, money hungry motherfuckers. They ain't even built on respect no more, man. You could buy niggas out for real. Nigga. The same niggas you saying you double what they threw at them, they gonna double back on them niggas without touching you. Cause it's about money. Motherfuckers don't give a fuck about respect. Nothing. They don't honor shit no more. Niggas only honor what seems to be beneficial at that point in time. They don't even have vision. They don't even look down the fucking road. I understand you got 3 or 4 cars blocking them in, ready to sap out if you get something happen to you. But just because they feel as though it ain't that immediate, not realizing they don't have nowhere to go, just be like that, man. That's what we got to deal with on a daily. Like I say, you don't know what the fuck going on around you. You don't know who next to you and who they know and whose side they on. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. Motherfuckers don't know what's going on around them. Shit. You don't know who. You don't know who cut, who not. You don't know who deal with this, who deal with that. Because it ain't their job to tell you that. It's just their job to keep an eye on you. But if you try to mess with the program, shit, you not end up, you not end up how you want it to. Oh shit. Big O. Welcome, Cal, you, Brody. Yeah. But like I said, man, best thing we could do for one another is become solution based. Like I say, if y'all want if y'all really want to do something, stop chasing these dollars. Stop chasing that God that they made for you. And let's start an independent nation online, on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Stop being greedy. Stop abusing the people, and let's actually give the people something that that allows them to partake in the process. And what I'm saying is have a virtual nation on YouTube where us as people of color work together, pool of resources, and start implementing these things physically. Once we get a desired goal, after votes, we install people in certain offices and create a virtual so people can really partake in the political process, and not only the political process, but they can, what I'm saying, establish their own faith and destiny. You know what I'm saying? We don't need history. We don't need none of that. We need activity, and we need people to be active. And that's what we need to get ourselves toward. That's what we need to function as. Because I'm tired of seeing what I see, and I'm tired of seeing the weakest of the weakest always have the most to say or be able to define motherfuckers when they just simpletons. Like, let's keep it a buck. Like, you niggas can't function or develop. Y'all thinking y'all gotta protect women and shit. Like, y'all doing some weird shit, boy. Like, how that look? You going outside your own household? Like, that's a spit in the face of your woman. Like, think about it. That's a spit in the face of your daughter. Like, that's a spit in the face of your aunties, your mom. Like, y'all got life fucked up. Like, that brainwashing shit really be having y'all niggas. That should be sad. Yeah, as a man, I know I'm the master of my fate, controller of my destiny. I'm not about to sit here and let y'all, you know, punk me or have me looking at my decisions as fucked up and whatever the case may be. Y'all got the game all fucked up. Y'all better focus on what y'all gotta do so we can get ahead. You know what I'm saying? And the key word is we can get ahead, nigga. Stop that selfish shit. Stop building up these big ass, you know, these big ass titles that you can't even, fulfill. Nigga. Stop acting like content where it's at. Nigga. Ain't content. You just be YouTube surfing and then decide that, oh, okay. Like, nigga, that ain't news, nigga. News is when you get out there and get it, my nigga. Not copy and paste a fucking video you seen. Nigga, news when you go out there and get it. Ain't no Google search involved with the news. You feel me? But I mean, if people gonna fall for it, I get it. But just cause you see some suckers, you got the opportunity to do something better or teach them better than to take advantage of them. And all I see is people ready to take advantage of their people rather than give them a fishing pole and teach them how to fish so they can feed themselves. So niggas be quick to call motherfuckers creeps and shit, but y'all more predatorial than any motherfucker I know. Every predator ain't sexual. You feel me? Well, one day we'll get there. Right now, we're really hurting ourselves and destroying ourselves. For what? For what? Everybody hungry. So you can't use that as an excuse. Everybody got to eat. Like I said, all power to the people, man. It's your boy Quack Roof. Thank you for whoever came through. Spent a little time with me. But like I said, I put a lot of shit out there because I'm solution based. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like these fucktard ass, weak ass niggas who be talking the most about manhood, be dependent upon their women. They get claimed on taxes and shit. They not head of households. You know what I'm saying? They got the nerve to act like they big willies. They ain't gonna do this and that. But that's the type of power YouTube give you. And you can take advantage of people, that can't see you, can't get near you, can't touch you. So they could do this shit in real life. I give Polite that. At least he did this shit in real life. He wasn't just on the internet with it, nigga. He was in niggas' faces for dangling. These niggas is YouTube only for danglers. Like, that's crazy. Well, like I said, man, stay up, do what you could do. Like, let's build this virtual nation rather than going to this bullshit that they feeding us right now, because it ain't gonna get us nowhere. It ain't gonna help the people in no way. It's gonna just help certain individuals, while the majority of people be left to squander and deal with issues. They only, you know, adding on to the issues they got to deal with when they following these phony fake prophets. I call them the king of nonsense and the banshees that run around with them. You see how they get? They ain't got no solidarity for a little change. You get to see their true colors. All it takes is a couple dollars. You get to see their true colors. It's crazy. We out here living like it's the last days. It ain't never the last days. As long as we have youth, it ain't gonna never be the last days. Don't let them lie to you. Don't let them tell you different. As long as we got youth, you'll never see the last days. We're gonna keep it rocking. And with that, I'm out. Y'all stay up, little ones.